It is Friday, July 14th, and Rolly and I are ready to get into the weekend. We've got a fun night planned out, Chat Sports Trivia Night. So we figured a good way to wrap up the week would be going through a PFF season simulator. So Pro Football Focus put out this new little tool, this little toys gadget, if you will, where you can run simulation after simulation for the 2023 season. So let's see what Chris Collinsworth's mind put together for the Atlanta Falcons 2023 year. So with that being said, make sure you turn on your notifications because anytime a season simulator drops, you don't want to miss it. But actually, though, once we get some more news and rumors flying in, when training camp gets underway, you don't want to miss a thing. So don't hit the sub button only, hit the notification bell as well, select it to all, and don't miss a thing. We also have to give a quick shout out here to Brody Brown, because only Brody appreciates true cinema. And the new Netflix quarterback series does include a little snippet from Falcons today, and Brody Brown sent producer Rolly a tweet with a video of it. So if you want to get a shout out, episode 5, minute mark 37, send Rolly at Nick Roloff a picture or a video of it, and we'll get you on screen for a future show. Now, week 1 from our PFF mock simulator went pretty well. A 23-17 win over Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers. First overall picks that start week 1 historically have not fared well. That trend continues here. Week 2 against the Packers, 2 in a row. Don't look now, but Atlanta's getting hot. They are opening up in front of the home crowd with a pair of wins before they take on another NFC North team, and boom, book it. 3 in a row. Scorigami? It has to be, right? 19-5, only giving up a safety and a field goal to the Detroit Lions, and Atlanta is 3-0. Don't look now. There's a dark horse in the NFC, but they have to travel across the pond to take on the Jags, and they do it in style. King Charles's coronation gets a bit of a spotlight with the Falcons coming to town, and they take the spotlight from him with a 20-17 win against the Jacksonville Jaguars from their second home. So now Atlanta in this PFF simulator is 4-0. The Texans suck, and here is another win for the Falcons. 28-20 at home. Atlanta has only played one true road game through the first 5 weeks of the season, and it was a win in the Motor City. But unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. And it is the Washington Commanders that end the 5-0 start. And honestly, they don't want to be 6-0. You're 6-0, your belly's full, you're peaking too early. You kind of want to get humbled a little bit early on. So a close one-score loss at home does that, unfortunately. The Falcons are now 5-1. Oh, no. Oh, no. We have a pair of losses. 2 straight now after falling 13-23 on the road against the Buccaneers. Uh-oh. Don't say it. Don't say it, Rolly. Don't push it across screen if it's not a win. Tennessee. Oh, holy shitballs. We have a problem. The Falcons, after a 5-0 start, have now dropped 3 in a row. They lost to the Tennessee Titans on the road, 35-27. Surely they will bounce back against the Minnesota Vikings. 4 losses after a 5-0 start. 27. Kirk Cousins. I mean, it wasn't in prime time, so it kind of checks out. But that's okay. What's a good recipe for bouncing back? The Arizona Cardinals. Cha-ching, baby. Back in the win column. The losing streak ends 6-4, 14-10. You catch your breath a little bit going into the last stretch of the season. This is nightmare material, though. You can't lose coming out of the bye. You can't lose coming out of the bye to the New Orleans Saints as well. So now the Falcons are, 6-5 on the season going into Week 13. PFF officially hates Atlanta. Lost to the Jets. Back to 500. First time since they were 0-0. 19-10 loss on the road. You lose 3 out of this 4 or 5 week stretch right here. Brutal stuff. And you bounce back, though. Bounce back win, Week 14 against the Bucs at home. 26-23, a Younghoe Koo walk-off field goal. I'm going to say it was a 48-yarder, right? Not quite 50, but upper echelon in the 40s where you're still on the edge of your seat a little bit. So Atlanta finds themselves back in the win column, and then the Bryce Young revenge game. 44-12. This is brutal. This is tough scene right here. Have to envision that Desmond Ridder got hurt in this game, right? You lose 44-12. Taylor Heineke just couldn't put it together in the second half on the road. Week 16, this is gobbledygook. No way. There's just no way you're losing to the Colts at home. Anthony Richardson's going to suck. You want to know how I know that? He sucked in college. NFL's harder than college football. Come on, not buying into this. But you do bounce back with a win in Week 17 in Chicago. Not an easy place to play that late into the season, 31-17. So 2 in a row, 3 in a row for the Falcons against the Bears at this point, and you wrap up the season with a loss. To go 8-9, drop 3 games out of your last 4, down 3 points, and this is how the season goes for Atlanta in the eyes of PFF. A blazing hot 5-0 start, only to be the ultimate frauds of the 2023 NFL season, because you follow that 5-game win streak up with 4 straight losses, a get-right game against the Cardinals. You come out of the bye, and you lay an egg against the Saints and the Jets. You bounce back, you fight hard against the Bucs and the Bears, but ultimately you only come away with 1 win in the last 4 weeks to miss out on the postseason, I have to assume. Do we even see how the rest of the NFC South did, Rolly? No. We're going to pencil ourselves in for not making the postseason 8-9. Although 7 teams, 8-9, bad NFC, maybe they squeak in, but I don't want, this is not a playoff deserving team. So I'm going to voluntarily eliminate the Falcons from playoff contention after going 8-9 in PFF Simulator. So we had some fun here. Let me know what your Falcons record prediction is in 2023. I think this is a 9-8 caliber team, 8-9, 9-8. You know, ball bounces your way. You get a good lucky break here. A field goal goes in, a field goal misses for the other team, and you win an extra game. But that's not only the thing we have from PFF. They also did stat projections, and you might want to see them. Desmond Ridder completing just over 60% of his passes, little under 4,000 yards. Pretty solid stuff there, but 16 touchdowns and 15 interceptions. That's not very good. That's probably not going to get Desmond Ridder another year as the starting quarterback in Atlanta if those are the starting numbers. No chance Ridder throws 15 interceptions. That would be tied for the most in the NFL in 2022, and those were from offenses that threw the ball a lot. I don't see Atlanta throwing the ball enough for Desmond Ridder to get 15 interceptions. If he has thrown 15 interceptions in an offense that runs the ball a ton, he's probably not starting the last few weeks of the season. Now, the receiving numbers, solid, right? Drake London nearly gets to 1,000 yards, 2 touchdowns. Would like to have seen more from Kyle Pitts, 692 yards and 2 touchdowns. Bijan Robinson chimes in for 675 and 6 scores. Matt Collins, a respectable 500 yards and 4 TDs. Not shabby, but you would like to have seen your stars shine a little bit brighter, right? If Kyle Pitts stays healthy, those are the numbers, aggressively mild. Very mid. More mid than Margot Robbie. I'll put it that way. And she's not even mid. So not good. Not good at all. But hey, what is good is the Falcons coverage here at Chat Sports. So make sure to subscribe. We're going to keep you guys in the loop all season long. Once we have actual football to talk about here, we'll do breakdowns of each and every single game. We'll get you guys post-game shows, all that good stuff. So subscribe now. We're trying to reach 13,000 subs. We need your help to do it. Hit that sub button down below. Now, Bijan Robinson, holy smokes. In the words of producer Rolly, they sucked the skin right off of Robinson's Johnson. 1,500 rushing yards, 13 scores, yards from the line of scrimmage, over 2,000. PFF loves Bijan Robinson. So I am a little happy that they're in on Bijan, because as a channel, we're all Bijan fans. You watching at home, you're a Bijan stan. We're all in on number 7, having a sensational rookie season, setting lots of records for Atlanta as a rookie running back, beating Tyler Allgeier's rookie rushing yards number from last year. We are all in on Bijan. We are the conductor. We are the czar, the chairman, the dictator of the Bijan Robinson hype train for 2023. And sure, be nice to Desmond Ridder too. Desmond Ridder can throw for almost 4,000 yards. That's pretty good numbers. 15 receptions, not so much, but we'll take the nearly 4,000 passing yards. Now, what are your bold predictions for this team in 2023? Off the top of my head here, I don't know if I'm going to go as bold as 1,500 yards for Bijan, but I think Bijan Robinson wins the NFL Rookie of the Year award. That's got to be bold. I mean, sure, he's kind of one of the favorites to do so, given where he was drafted, but pencil me in for Bijan Robinson, NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. You could also pencil me in for these awesome Falcons t-shirts. It's a t-shirt combo deal on sale. So you're not only going to get more than one shirt, you're going to get two shirts, and you're on sale. It's like Buffalo Wild Wings BOGO. You just can't beat it. So go to chatsports.com/ATL shirt combo. That link's in the comments and the description of today's video. And to wrap up today's video, you guys don't know movies. I don't know how to say it.
Smart Falcons fans. Very smart Falcons fans.
I'm going to, pardon my French, on their Day of Independence, I beat the shit out of Rolly's movies yesterday, and somehow he wins because of freaking Sandlot? Come on.
Sandlot, Coach Carter, Happy Gilmore.
No Love for Miracle.
Rocky.
Moneyball. Remember the Titans? Blasphemy.
Take your L and move on.
It's 4-3 bad guys. Rolly's on top, and we move on to our next draft, and this is a good one. Worst chain restaurants. So not looking for the best, we're looking for the worst. And my 1-1 pick, it's regional, but if you've ever had White Castle before, it's bad. It's only good in the Harold and Kumar movie. In person, not good at all. So if you've ever been blessed with an opportunity to get White Castle, pass on it. Don't do it. Get Crystals instead. Crystals is the southern version of White Castle, much better.
With my first pick, I went with Red Lobster, and I have this to say, and I'm sorry if I'm offending you. If you go to Red Lobster for dinner, you are an absolute sicko. Why are you going to Red Lobster, a chain restaurant, to get seafood? Go to your local spot, because I guarantee it'll be better. Sure, maybe their cheddar biscuits are solid, but if you were a frequent diner at Red Lobster, go to the mental psych ward.
All I'm going to say is I have won the draft because you went with Red Lobster at the number 2 spot. My number 2 pick, 3 overall, Quiznos. It is the redheaded stepchild of fast food, Subway, like sandwich spots. I don't even know if they're still in business, to be honest with you. They are a relic at this point. I went to the University of Tennessee. We actually had a Quiznos on campus, and it was like a folklore. No one knew where it really was, and then finally you go to the basement of the right building. It's like, holy shit, there's actually a Quiznos down here.
The only place I find Quiznos nowadays are airports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Quiznos brags about being toasted. Dude, you didn't invent the sun. Like, you're not the only one who toasts sandwiches.
With my second selection, this might be a personal thing, but I'm just not a fan of Arby's. If you're going to go get a nice little sandwich that involves cold cuts or what, go to your local sub spot. That's kind of my spot. Like, the thing with chain restaurants that I don't like, if I know I can get it better with a local spot, why would I waste my time going to a chain?
Arby's has good curly fries, but I agree. Getting like a ham and cheese sandwich from there is very bad.
Yeah.
This is kind of the no-brainer here. Has anyone ever been to Long John Silver's? I never have. Never.
I haven't.
I mean, self-admittedly, big fella, not going to fast food seafood. Just not going to happen in my lifetime. So this requires no further explanation.
I'm going with Golden Corral. I don't know. I know you can get a bang for your buck, good food, or I wouldn't say good food, but a lot of food for not too much money, but the food there is just terrible. I give you a 50% chance to walk out of there with food poisoning. So.
I will say, in Golden Corral's defense, good spot with your grandparents when you're younger.
Yeah.
And you're going like a road trip of sorts, and they're old, so they love chain restaurants. They don't want to try anything new. They love Golden Corral. To wrap up my draft, this is kind of my Red Lobster pick. I don't like Olive Garden. It's more about I don't like getting pasta at a restaurant. I think that's just incredibly boring. If you're going to go out for a restaurant, you're going to eat or something, and you're going Italian, get pizza. Pizza beats pasta every single day of the week, and I just can't get behind dining out and only having pasta on the menu.
With my final selection to round out worst chain restaurants draft, I went with Denny's. And it's half breakfast, half normal food, and it's like, how bad can you be when it comes to making breakfast food? But I'll just say this, Denny's is such a wild card that is if you go there, you have no clue what you're gonna get. You can go from fights in the middle of the restaurant to, I don't know. But
it's entertaining.
It is. My friend and I used to have a saying in high school is like, what do you think this is? A Denny's? Because you really never knew what you're gonna get when you went to Denny's.
Yeah, I agree. Well, you know what they say about Denny's? Well, do you know what La Quinta means in English? Next to Denny's. La Quinta, always next to Denny's. So that's going to do it for us on today's show. Thanks so much for tuning in. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you guys later.